Welcome to Shishi, and thank you for joining us. The Rashis in this week's Parashat Beshalach are unusually long and unusually lyrical. They're very poetic. Rashi, so to speak, inspired by the Shira, lets himself go too. And the very first Rashi on the Shira is interesting. Rashi, Uz, Yashem Moshe. What's the word Uz? What does Uz even mean? Then Moshe sang, then Moshe will sing. So Rashi says, I'll tell you Pashup Shat. Allah believe the song sort of came out of him. It happened to him. At that moment, Shira came pouring out of him. Rashi says, "Oh, pshute, that's Pashup Shat." U'midrash Rashi says the famous Pshat that Moshe will sing. Mikan. This is a source with Chias HaMesim in Atayra. That this is how we know that Uz. What's Uz? Moshe already saying. Moshe Yashir Moshe. The Yud tells us that it's going to happen in the future. Uz. When? Chias HaMesim, obviously, because the people aren't here anymore, so then they will sing. Okay. What is there a connection between two Pshatim and Rashi? How do you understand the Uz? My Rebbe said something really very, very powerful and very insightful in explaining the flow of this Rashi. He says what Rashi is doing with the Pshat is really setting up the Medrash, and the two Pshatim go hand in hand. A question: why is this the source? Why is this the headquarters? It's fundamental to Jewish thought that the dead will come back to life. Why is this? Why is the Shira? Torah is broad and vast and wide and rich. Why is this the headquarters for Tchias HaMesim? So he said like this. There's two ways you can understand Shira. Something good happens to a Yid, he sings. That's one way. A reaction. When something good happens, a Yid gives praise to the Rebbe Shalom. And that's very nice. Then there's another way to understand it. It's not a reaction, it's a reflex. A Yid is singing. A Yid is a creature of song. The Kedushim says we're called Yehudim because our function is to give thanks. Like the Ramban said at the end of the last week's parasha, that the tafka, the reason, the goal, the purpose of our existence is to say, to acknowledge Him. We're supposed to acknowledge everything that happens to us, every ray of sun and the snow and more snow and even more snow, and then when they clean the snow and if snow comes again, we're supposed to be constant, Baruch Hashem, I could walk, Baruch Hashem, I have a house, Baruch Hashem, I have a coat. You're supposed to be living with constant gratitude. We are creatures of gratitude. That's the way it's supposed to be. Like those little wind-up toys. They don't have any batteries. You don't need batteries. They just go by themselves. There's nothing you have to do. And if the wind-up toy stops moving back and forth, that means that it's gone. The song should be pouring out of a Yid like a wind-up toy keeps moving. It shouldn't need batteries in order to sing. That's the first shot in Rashi. Rashi is saying, Allah believe by Lasher means it was not a reaction, it was a reflex. He was singing. The song came pouring out of him even before he prayed. It wasn't like he thought about it and made a decision to sing. The song came pouring out of him. It was an instinct. It was a reflex. It's explaining to you the aimek, the depth of Yiddish Shira and how we view giving thanks to Rebbe Shalom. Now, how could that be? That means a person is here to take care of themselves, eat, sleep. Who are you singing to? Why is there something besides yourself in this world? If you're thinking, that means you're acknowledging the existence of something outside of yourself. How could that be? Oh, you know what the answer is? That you have a neshama. That you understand that there's an existence of a whole spiritual dimension. So it's not just about, do I have enough for lunch today? It's, who gave me this lunch? That whole thought process is only possible by somebody who has a neshama. Oh, that means that this is not the whole me. There's another part of me. Mikan to Tchias HaMesim in Atayra. If my existence is to reflexively sing Shira, if a Yid's function is to acknowledge that something is happening outside of him that enables him and allows him and permits him to live and to enjoy life and to experience pleasure in life, and if he instinctively understands that he has to thank that being, that means this is not the whole show. Okay, so Rashi, Mikan, L'Tchias HaMesim in Atayra, with this idea, you can sing Good Shabbos.